Bitcoin could be seeing a fire sale for September. Are you going to be ready to buy the dip? Let's take a look at the charts, see what's going on, see why we might be expecting a little bit of downturn, maybe in Bitcoin for the next week or so. If that sounds interesting, go ahead and stick around, like the video, and cue the intro. Let's go. Alright, so if you are brand new to this channel, we use the Market Cipher indicator by CryptoFace alongside with the TI sequential by ToneBase and the Market God buy and sell signal. So we're using a few paid for indicators. If you're interested in picking up Market Cipher, you can check out the links in the description box below. I do have a link to the Market Cipher, I believe at the top of the description box. So if y'all are interested in picking up Market Cipher, it's a 3-package indicator that comes with Market Cipher B, Market Cipher A, and also Market Cipher SR. So we're going to be taking a look at some of these indicators just to see what we can determine based on the charts here and see what we might be getting here in the next couple of hours or the next couple of days through the rest of the week. So one thing that we can notice here is that our VWAP has maintained a bullish scenario for us, on our Cipher SR as well. So we've continued to stay underneath our VWAP here, which is the grayed out line. And it does look like the bears have taken control of this market as of right now. And we can see that our top support line is, our top resistance is right at about 10,400. And then we have a support line that we are currently testing again right at about 9.9K. So, Bitcoin did break underneath the 10K area, which, definitely leaves a little bit of a bearish taste in my mouth for the most part. And we're going to be ready to buy this dip up if anything. We've been kind of waiting here on the sidelines in the trading group as well, just to see what kind of price action we are going to get in the next couple of hours or so too. But let's go on into our 20-minute time frame. Oops. I do not want to set an alert. Okay, here we go. I hadn't done a video in a while. I forgot the command to signal the transition. Okay, so here, looking at the 20-minute time frame, we can also tell that. Make sure I didn't set an alert over here. Oh, they changed the alert setting over here too. Very cool. All right, cool. So we we're also seeing a purple triangle to the downside here, indicating that we did break some major trend line support levels for us as well. It looks like our next purple support is right at about 9.9K on the dot. So if we end up breaking below 9,900, then that's going to probably indicate that we have a little bit further downturn for us as well. One thing to take note of is that on our lower time frames right now, we've really been getting a lot of choppiness with our money flow and not a clear direction of what's happening here. So, the fact that if we start to see even more of a sell-off here, we'll start to see more red money flow appear for us in the next couple of days, possibly. Looking at the 30-minute time frame, we're going to go ahead and turn off Cipher SR, clear up the screen just a tad bit. And, we're getting our bearish crosses here on our EMAs as well. Looking at the 30-minute time frame, it does look like we are finding somewhat of a temporary bottom as of right now. We'll probably end up getting a big green dot down here too. Maybe for the next couple of hours, we'll see some consolidation right at around underneath this 10K area. That's what I'm going to assume for the most part. And then if we go on into the 45-minute time frame, let's take a look at that. We had this nice blood diamond back here. This was a good indication to probably short this market. And luckily, I got up early enough to kind of see this anticipation ready to move this to the downside too as well. So looking at the 45-minute time frame here, we've been trying to push back up into the green, but continuously getting rejected again. Even right at that 10.5K area, we had this push back up here, and we were looking like we wanted to move back up to 10.5K, but we didn't quite make it to that far. We stopped. We got pushed back right at about 10.4K. But yeah, and then we had our nice little sell-off here. We had our blood diamond that triggered for us as well. Going on into the hourly time frame, let's see what's happening here. You can see our blue momentum wave is still pushing us further to the downside as well too. And we had some nice sell signals here on Market God and our Aldo EMAs as well. 13 EMAs getting crossed back down below our 50. also indicating that, you know, it still looks like we're getting held down by the 100 EMA on our 1 hour time frame. Going on into our 90-minute time frame here. Yeah, for the most part, still our blue wave's looking like it wants to move back down. I was expecting a little bit of choppiness here with the money flow, just because our mid time frames and our higher time frames are still showing a little bit of bearishness. And so what's going to happen here is it's going to probably want to creep back up into the green money flow. But then also kind of move back down after that too as well. So, you know, we're going to probably poke our head up just a tad bit into that green money flow, but then continuously get rejected on some of these lower time frames. That's kind of where I'm playing my positions at, and maybe anticipating, you know, some further downside too as well. But looking at the 2 hour time frame, you know, our money flow is still wanting to like maybe move back up, but maybe not get us back into that green area for the most part. So you can see even back here when we had our nice push up to the 12K area, money flow was looking pretty healthy there. And so what we're going to have to wait to see is how much of a push back up we want to have, if we're going to have that or not. Obviously 10.5K is going to be major resistance for us as well too. And then it looks like we'll have, you know, major support right at about the 9,900 area as well. So maybe some consolidation before Bitcoin decides to make a move in one direction or the other. We can tell here on our blue momentum wave that we're still getting pushed probably further to the downside. One thing that's also noticeable here on the 2 hour time frame is we do have somewhat of a trend line structure that is being held. So if we do break below this, that'll be another indication that you know, we could possibly be heading a little bit further down. So let's go back over here real quick, talk about our Path to Cryptocurrency course that is available. I still have the early bird special going on, so if you are interested in joining that, feel free to join us and learn a little bit more about how to get started in this space. If you are brand new to crypto, I would definitely recommend that you take a course so that way you can kind of bypass the learning curve that a lot of us had to have over the years. But basically for the about 3 years that I've been in the market, definitely learned a lot, and I've consolidated that into about one course here as well. It's not a trading course, but this is just a beginner's guide to how to get in and into the market and start, dollar cost averaging, if anything, right? Then if you want to trade with us, I do have our Patreon membership that is available. Right now we are running a 35% off special, so you can sign up for the 35% off special. It is a little bit cheaper right now, so go ahead and get signed up before I close this off. We have a few spots available for you as well if you're interested in joining us. Join us in there, and then just give me your Discord username, and I will give you access to our private Discord category whenever you join. And then we're doing a giveaway at 3,000 subs, so the channel is growing, and I'm super happy. I'm excited. Everyone's sharing the content. So if you haven't shared this video, if you find one of the videos interesting, please feel free to share it on Facebook or wherever. And then also don't forget to subscribe and comment as well too. But we're doing a $100 giveaway in one of our favorite altcoins at 3,000 subs. So make sure that you go ahead and get signed up for the newsletter in order to qualify for that giveaway when the time is right. And with that being said, so let's go back into the charts here, see what's happening. Let's go into our 4 hour time frame, see what's happening here. We did have a nice bullish divergence here as well too. This is going to give us a nice little trend line sign, to probably hold support here. And, we could probably have this as an alert if we wanted to. But if, our blue momentum wave comes back down and crosses below this, that's going to be more or less pretty bearish for us as well. So I guess I had this trend line drawn out here as well, but this trend line actually pushes all the way back up over here to holding, major support here for us as well. But I've set an alert there for it, and it does look like we've kind of broken below that. Even here on our 4 hour, we're kind of getting a blood diamond rejection too as well. So that could lead to a nice little sell-off for us, probably over the next day or so. It does look like we are struggling with the 10K area right now. So if we kind of hold below that 10K area, then I'm definitely probably anticipating that we continue on further to the downside. But maybe we can set an alert here. We'll go ahead and add an alert here too as well on Cipher B, and we'll leave it on the 4 hour. We'll say create, and I'll leave this as maybe a 10-second trim. Perfect. All right, market Cipher B. Oh, we want to play sound. Yeah, there we go. That's fine. Okay, perfect. So let me go ahead and readjust this trend line to make sure it is spot on for us as well. But I think we should be pretty good here to kind of signify that if our blue momentum wave passes below this, then that's going to probably leave a little bit more bearish momentum to the downside as well. So let's go on into our 6-hour time frame, see what's happening here. 6-hour time frame, also seeing a nice little rejection here, possibly getting ready to put in another red dot. It's been kind of Christmas treeing back and forth with green and red dots as we start to make our way, try and make our way up a little bit higher as well. But we could see some rejection. You can see our money flow has been kind of trailing off just a tad bit here. And that's more than likely going to lead us into somewhat of some red money flow too, to kind of signify some rejection that could be occurring in the short or near term future too as well. And so as we move into our 8-hour time frame, our 8-hour time frame was definitely giving us a clear signal that we could see some bearish momentum too as well. Based on this purple trend line that we had here, I set an alert for it. We wicked through it plenty of times already. And as we start to pierce through this, that trend line becomes a little bit weaker. So I'm definitely anticipating possibly a break below this trend line. And if we break below that, we've already called some of our lower price targets in our previous videos as well. So if you're interested, be sure to go back and look at those previous videos, so that way you can see what some of our downside price targets might be. You can see here we are getting some sell signal on the 4-hour, and a sell signal with Market God on the 2-hour as well too. There goes another sell signal on the 6-hour. So yeah, Bitcoin is definitely seeing a little bit of bearish potential to the downside as of right now, and we just need to be ready for it. It is pretty early in the morning, so I'm going to try and get this video out as soon as possible, so that way we can make sure we're on our game here too as well. Wow, this 12-hour has substantial movement. This candle body here, wow, that's pretty crazy to see that. So it almost looks kind of like a glitch from going from our 8-hour to our 12-hour. That looks kind of interesting to say the least, but we'll have to wait to see how this candle wants to close here on the 12-hour, and based on that 12-hour, we'll have to get an idea of what Bitcoin wants to do. So but as of right back here, this is another substantial trend line. I could probably redraw this one out all the way if I really wanted to. Let's see. This drawing was using an alert. If you remove the drawing, alert will also be removed. Do you want to? Yeah, let's remove it. And we're going to actually draw this trend line all the way back here, because it does look like we are getting ready to possibly break a substantial trend line. Let me turn off a few of these indicators here really quick, so that way I can make sure everything's kind of lined up for us. But yeah, this is going to be major support for us, and then also a solid sign that if we do break below this, Bitcoin's going to be in for some potential downside movement as well. We could probably, I would say, do that right about there. If anything, I think that looks pretty accurate for the most part. We are kind of wicking below some of the trend lines, but wicks happen, and so it looks like we'll possibly get a sell signal here too as well. We can go ahead and set an alert for this as well. This is on our 12-hour time frame, and we want to, once per bar, play sound. All right, we'll go ahead and set an alert there too as well for some more bearish action that could be happening. Crossing trend line, there we go. Sell signal, or the signal has already went off for us as well. And that's going to continue to beep because we set it for 10 seconds. But all right, cool. So definitely looks like we are having some bearish potential here for the most part. What's very noticeable on our 12-hour too as well is that our green money flow is also kind of pushing to the downside here as well, maybe indicating that we could start to see a little bit of red money flow start to trickle into this market, for the most part. So let's go on into our 21-hour here, see what's happening. We haven't gotten another red dot just yet on our 21-hour, but our 12-hour was kind of looking like it's ready to give us a red dot based on our VWAP that's kind of clipping down below that 0 pivot point too as well. So maybe we could expect another red dot on the 21-hour once we get that red dot on the 12-hour as well. And then if we go into our daily time frame, this is what's really kind of interesting, is that we are getting some a possible green dot that could appear, but I would still expect more of a sell-off even after that as well too. So we could see a nice little bounce for the most part, but you know, if we are to see a bounce, you know, it may be kind of short-lived, and we could actually see this one-day money flow start to clip back down into that reddish area too as well. So let's turn on our some of our indicators here really quick. We'll turn on this sequential, SR or Cipher A, market guide, and we'll turn on our trend lines. All right, perfect. So I want to go back to the 21 hour because we didn't quite get a noticeable sign there. Okay, we do have the buys here on the 21 hour. It looks like our last sell signal has been on the 6 hour as of right now, so we can go back and possibly look at that. Or was it on the 4 hour? It's on the 4 hour. Okay. So we could start to see some more sell signals pop off for us, just a tad bit. We did have our daily market guide give us a sell signal too, and these have been pretty accurate for the most part in the past. You know, giving us our last sell before the corona dump, and then we had our buy right back at about here, and then you know, we had a little bit of a kind of a fake out here with this sell signal, but this has definitely told us that we were going to probably move back to the downside for the most part. And so then if we go into our 2-day time frame, you know, not much has changed here for the most part, but you know, let's go on into our 3-day and just see if we've gotten any maybe blood diamonds or anything like that. Definitely seeing a nice push to the downside here on the 3-day. So our next 3-day candle will close or open at about the 9th of September, which is tomorrow. And this is still looking like our VWAP wants to kind of continue to move down. So we could definitely see a nice little sell-off before tomorrow, if anything, as well. Going on into our 4-day time frame, we do have that sell signal there as well too. And then if we go on into our 5 and our 6-day, still seeing some sell signals there, even on the weekly. So Bitcoin definitely looking like it's struggling here for the most part right now. And I think that September is going to give us that fire sale action that we've been kind of waiting for, to possibly buy the dip one more time before we can start to continue further to the upside. So definitely looking to capitalize on this in the near-term future, as you should too, for September, and for us to get ready to, you know, move back into this market and capitalize on some gains as well. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. Like I said, I have the Patreon membership, which is available if you want to trade with us and learn about all the altcoins that we're getting into, and just study a little bit more with us too. Feel free to join us in that Patreon page. And with that being said, I'll go ahead and sign off here. Thanks for tuning in. CTO signing out. Peace.